I was down here cleaning, just hanging out, listening to music, and I lost track of the time, and then I remembered I gotta bring water down because we're gonna fill our systems today. What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Happy Friday, Pro Pyro. Thank you for being here. What's up? How's everybody doing today? It's a good day today. So much is happening in the garden. It is just a really, really good day. I'm gonna get into it, but first I'm gonna have a sip of my tea. I'm gonna get myself organized. But I did figure out why my camera's flipped on the live. It's because I'm using my front camera apparently. Turning my things down. All right, so we might be transferring some cantaloupe and honeydew. I just went to go look at them, and they are well on their way. They are already forming roots. They've got their two first leaves. It's just the hull or husk or whatever you want to call it of the seed. Hasn't fallen off yet, but we can still pop it into the foam collar. What's up, Death Squad? Yes, TGIF. What's up, Ray Cassis? Thank you guys for hanging out. I feel today, I feel energized. I went for my walk this morning, and then I went, I came into the garden because I had to fill my buckets up. They were rattling overnight, which meant they were low. And today's one of those days where I walked into the garden and I was like, oh my God, everything looks so good. Yeah. And I actually totally got emotional because there's just so much going on. I'm looking over right here and my watermelons are just getting so big. I've got flowers blooming. What's up, Mia Lifestyle? I've got my first strawberry flower that opened today. So, I looked up this morning how to hand pollinate, and we might do that later. I'm going to have to get a proper brush for it. I saw some guy on YouTube, he was using a makeup brush and it's quite effective, so I've got those that I can that I've never used before that I can use for pollinating. So I was learning about that this morning because you know how it goes with flowers, right? They're only open for a limited amount of time, so we're gonna have to get that pollinated. We've got so yeah, strawberries are like eggplant. I was researching it this morning and considered a perfect plant because the male component is within the same flower as the female component. However, they are far enough away from each other that you do need some kind of like wind or something to move the pollen from the male part to the female part. And so the female part of the flower is actually just the center of the strawberry flower. And then there's these little, I think they're called anthers, if I'm not mistaken. There's the stamen and the stigma. I don't know, there's several parts, and then, yeah, some of them fall under the category of something else. So I looked at a diagram this morning to understand, so I'll show you guys which is which when we get there, when we do the tent tour. But yeah, we've got to get that pollinated, so I may have to hop off for a second and have you guys wait like later on in the live while I get a brush, because time is of the essence, as we know, when it comes to hand pollination. Eggplant, same thing. I had 8 eggplant plants last grow, and I had 0 fruit. I had so many flowers. Now, it could be the flowers weren't producing pollen, that I know, because I was nervous about using CalMag. And so now that I'm starting to see the correlation and I'm starting to understand better with the results that I'm seeing from my cucumbers and my watermelon, now I'm confident that the strawberry is going to be in good shape, ripe for pollination, so to speak. But so more than anything, I'm really looking forward to the eggplant because, you know, I've done it once and I failed, and so I'm excited to do it again and succeed. And I think if I learn how to implement the nutrients properly, then I won't have a lack of pollen production, which has been my problem for the last couple of grows. So you would think that I would have clued in sooner, but I just never did. So here we are, but third time's a charm, right? It's crazy. It's my third grow and it just goes so well. That saying, third time's a charm. I'm also looking over at my cucumbers right now, and some of them are visibly larger than they were yesterday. So you know what that means, guys. We got more than just one cucumber, and that makes me feel really good. I would be, even though I was proud and I count that as a win that I got one cucumber, I was pretty disappointed, thinking that I was only going to get one this grow. So we did it, you guys. Things are well on their way, and today I'm like, wow, everything is really just starting to come together for me and to click. And so I'm just really grateful. And so many of you guys are a reason for that. Honestly, so many of you guys have given me so much advice and so many pointers, and or even just ask thought-provoking questions that me reconsider the things that I'm doing, and so, or the practices I'm implementing. So I thank you guys. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate it. I love that you guys hop on the chat, give me your tips, tricks, and advice. I truly rely on it, honestly. So as for harvests, you might know, well, you probably won't notice, but there's a little less color going on here. Last night I went and harvested whatever was ripe in terms of tomatoes. If you don't harvest them at the right time, then they don't have the best flavor. So I'm trying to figure out the best time to pick them and the best time to actually eat them after they've been picked. So a lot of them were like on the cusp of being fully ripe, but they could use another day or so. So some of them I on the vine and some of them I picked, and I'm like, you know what? One of them I'll eat tonight. I'll see how that tastes. It wasn't bad. It just tasted underripe. And the other ones, they're harvested, so they're off the vine, but I'm gonna see if they ripen a little off the vine. So once I kind of figure out that timing and when I should harvest versus when I should eat, that will be interesting, because obviously the whole goal is to get good tasting tomatoes, because everything else in the store tastes like crap, you know? So there's no point in doing all this, growing all this, if it's in line or subpar from the grocery store. So there's so many things that go into it, right? Even my last couple grows in the grow towers, again, nervous about using CalMag. People make fun of it, so I'm self-conscious. I didn't use it, and I think no wonder I got sick of kale, because it had a weird taste to it. Because now that I've implemented it, I'm tasting my produce and I'm like, oh, that tastes different than the last grow. So nutrient levels, environment, all that stuff is going to play into the flavor of your food, right? And you've reached the stage of, okay, we can make this grow. Now, how do we make it grow faster and taste better? And so that's where I'm going to be at. Not necessarily with this grow. I think this grow, I'm just going to observe and try to learn as much as I can, but there's a lot of new things I'm going to be implementing in my fourth grow, and I might have a lot more failures in my next grow than this one, because I'm trying a lot of new things to see if there's a better way, or a more effective method of doing things. So yeah, guys, there's always a better way with anything, I think, and so it's just about finding it, and if it doesn't exist, create it, so that's where I'm at now, or where I will be soon. Right now I'm just taking the wins and I'm enjoying my beautiful garden. I'm gonna go around and show you guys in a sec. Ray Cassis says tomatoes are the new celery these days. Yes, true. They're so crunchy, or they're overripe and mushy, and like I said in my tomato taste test, they have something to them that tastes like garbage. I don't know what it is. They just have this garbage taste, and I think it could be because they're overripe. Like, you ever go to the grocery store and buy a pack of tomatoes and you have them sitting in your car for like, I don't know, half an hour? your whole car smells garbage and you're like, what is that? And then you realize, oh, it's the tomatoes. The ones from the store, like they also taste like that. I don't know how to describe it. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I have a messed up palate. Bad textures, too hard or too mushy, no flavor. Absolutely. But the one thing I can understand though is if you are growing, like mass growing on a large scale, I can kind of see where there's maybe some shortcuts being taken with nutrients or certain to keep costs low and production high. So, you know, somewhere along the way, the flavor gets lost. But the crazy part is in life, food is one of the most beautiful parts of life that you get to enjoy. So why would you want good tasting food, right? We don't eat just to live. We eat because we enjoy it. And so I feel like that's been lost somewhere along the way when you rely on the grocery store, you know? And even if you can't grow yourself, just go support a local farmer. There's farmers markets and stuff, but even then, they're growing on such a large scale that it'd be challenging, and I can totally understand that. And so with my garden, even though obviously it's so far from perfect, I'm like, I don't know, if I had to do, what do you call it? Get my food sent, like my tomatoes sent to a lab to do like an analysis, a nutrient analysis to see how dense it is, nutrient dense it is. It's probably far from perfect, but when you're growing on a smaller scale, there's less to satisfy. You don't have to worry so much about having a huge yield. You just need to feed the mouths that you're growing this for versus companies that it's like supply and demand all the time. You know, when things are mass produced, the quality gets lost, and it just is the way it is. You know, sometimes there's no way around it, and that's why a lot of the products I buy are like small batch crafted or whatever, you know. Death Squad says we have farms in my town. I'm always buying their fresh eggs. Love supporting the local farms. Absolutely. I'd rather support a local farm than a big corporation. And it's, you know, everybody's got to make a living. I understand there are people who work at the big corporations that, you know, need a job. And if the big corporation is getting business, they don't have a job, but then go help out at a farm. I'm just kidding. I know, you know, everyone's got to make a living, so it just is what it is. But have the means or the desire, you can always try and do things for yourself or do better. Or not. Like, whatever, man. Whatever you want, whatever makes people happy. I don't care. As long as people are happy, you know? On that note, let's do the tent tour. I'll show you guys. So, first, I'll show you guys my zinnia. It is on its way out. It's harvested several weeks ago. I think it's 3 weeks now. The aeroponic ones, and I have not switched out the water, so I would definitely switch out the water and prolong its life even more. If I added maybe some citric acid into the water, it would all help kind of prolong the life. That's what they use in flower food. And 3 weeks for a picked flower, that's pretty good. I mean, you buy flowers from the store and they last you a couple days. So, all right, guys. So, first of all, we'll check out the seedlings. Yesterday, I almost let them dry out. So what I did was I put them under, on top of this light because this light gets quite hot. I gotta turn it on actually. So I'm actually using that light as a heating pad. And so this is the challenge I've had. So seeds sometimes need to germinate in a certain temperature or under a certain temperature or at a certain temperature. And I don't know the right way to say it, whatever. And with the heating pad, the paper towel seems to dry out extremely quickly. Even the sponge, whether I'm using the paper towel method or the polyurethane sponges, it dries out so fast that I need to water it like 3 times a day, but then don't have it on the heating pad. It stays saturated. However, the seeds don't germinate because they're not hot enough. So it's a constant making sure the paper towel is saturated enough that it's going to last all day if I can't be down here. And so yesterday I sprayed it in the morning, and by the time I came back down to harvest some stuff for dinner, it was almost dry. Not dry enough to kill anything, but it was still moist, but a couple more hours and I would have lost all those seeds again. This is the battle I have, and it's probably just a user error, you guys, because I can be careless sometimes. Oh, I should have shown you first before wetting it again. But we've got honeydew, which is right there, it's sprouted, and then cantaloupe, which, I mean, it's already got quite the roots. So maybe we'll transfer that one today. We'll see. There's a couple of them that look like they're ready to go. And then our eggplant still has yet to sprout. Whoop. Hopefully they germinate. We'll see. Last time I was only able to get 8 plants out of like the 20 seeds I germinated. So I don't know if it's me or just the germination rate. The orange tower is looking skinnier and skinnier. I've been harvesting every single day, whether it's herbs or lettuce, all of it. I think my camera's dirty. And it's coming along quite quickly. I've got so many, like, look at these sage leaves. They're huge, and they smell so good. I've got, oh yeah, we're gonna see if our tomatoes rooted. We've got some roots there at the top that are forming slowly. So maybe in a couple days we'll see. I know I keep saying that, but we'll get there, you guys. One day they'll just pop up out of nowhere. And what's up, Les? Happy Friday. This one has not rooted either. It's okay. Soon. Soon. Yeah, and then we just got a lot of lettuce going on, some basil, more herbs. The yellow tower, again, it's like pretty ready to start harvesting from. We can let it get more mature, or we can just harvest, but we've got so much curly leaf parsley growing. It's awesome. And then you guys, I was looking at this before I got on the live, and look how much this has grown in the last few days. So much lettuce, and it's looking so good. I've also got romaine, which obviously you guys know if you've been following along. And yeah, I mean, look at that, beautiful. And I forgot to tell you guys, but I was pruning my dahlia flowers, and so I decided to take the cutting and try to root it. So it's still alive, and we've got little root hairs forming. Little baby root hairs. So it looks like we can propagate dahlia. So that's gonna be cool. That'll be fun to have more of those. And then tomatoes. Like I said, I harvested a bunch yesterday. We've got a bunch of new flowers. I've got some more that look like they're ripening. Everything's so green and lush, you guys. Minus these because calcium deficiency, but it's been dissolved since. So we got a lot of tomatoes coming up, which is exciting. I harvested a bunch yesterday, but more to come. I don't know, they're all behind here. I gotta move stuff around. But I don't know, I swear I had more. Maybe I gotta go around the other side. Some back there. So these are cherry tomatoes. They're so yummy. I love them. Oh, we got some down there, some over here, some back there. Oh, down here, over there. And then over here, I've got all my peppers. So yesterday, the buckets were empty for a little bit. So these kind of got stressed, but hopefully they're okay now. So bell peppers, you guys, I mean, I've been giving you guys the same update for so many days, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. I think this is the most perfect pepper I've ever grown. They're so big. still getting larger. I should measure it. I should get my little measuring tape. And this one as well. I wonder when they're gonna start to change colors, you guys. But no, they look really, really good. I wonder if they need light to ripen. So maybe we're gonna have to defoliate some of these, move things along, you know? I've been holding off defoliating because everything just looks so good. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it type of thing. Look at all these jalapenos. So many coming up every day, and there's like tons on the other side of the plant too. And then I've got another jalapeno plant here. Like guys, when I tell you the garden is popping, there is so much happening right now. It is crazy. Look at all my ancho poblano peppers. Let's check our habanero that's growing. Little baby. And Chinese 5-color peppers, I'm staying far away from you guys, but this one is finally starting to ripen just like the other one was, so soon it shall be yellow. And let the ripening begin. I can't wait to see all the colors in my garden. That's going to be awesome. But yeah, we've got quite the abundance on the one plant. It's crazy. This plant still taking its time, but slowly. We got one down there. I'm seeing a few come up, but they're underneath, right? They kind of hide for now. So, okay, this is one of my favorite updates, you guys. Are you ready? Look, the second watermelon is actually growing faster than the first one. So we've got two, right? This is the first one that we had that was growing really fast. But this one here, is growing so quickly. Like, oh my goodness, look at that, you guys. I'm so excited. This morning when I saw this, I freaked out. Freaked right out. Hi Shovro, what's up? Happy Friday. Pero says people don't understand how much effort it takes, or how much effort you need to invest into such a garden, into any garden, Zach. Absolutely. It takes effort, but you know what? This is my garden giving back to me now. It's saying thank you for taking care of. Thank you so much, Thomas. I appreciate you. So yeah, we've got both of our watermelons. This one is still growing. It's just taking its time. And then looks like we've got a new one there. And the other one is growing back there. And then I had another one right at the top here. That's growing slowly, but it's still growing. But yes, the watermelon, I just can't believe, like, wow. Thomas says, it's so amazing to grow something yourself. Absolutely. Do you know how rewarding it is? I was saying, I'm a pretty emotional person, you guys, and this morning I walked into the garden and I actually got emotional because I was like, wow. Everything just looks so good. Like, wow, hard work pays off. And then our dahlia flowers. I don't know when we're going to get buds. Oh, and I almost missed the most important update, you guys. So first of all, we still have our root ball. I watered inside of it. I have not opened it. I have not touched it inside. It's still clipped shut. Well, technically, I did reopen it after we did it together to redo it again, just to get a better shot for a video. But I still growing, so we'll see how it does if it ends up rooting, which I'm sure it will. And then you guys, la pièce de résistance. Are you ready? Check that out. And you know what, guys? Not only did the first flower open, but there's a second freaking flower, and I just noticed now. Holy crap. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to just stay calm and contain the excitement. Woohoo! We did it! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna keep it calm, Natalie. Chill out. Be cool. Be cool, be cool. But normally I'd be like dancing around, freaking out, but I'll play it cool. Our flower's gonna open up soon. Oh man, you guys, even today, the reason why it's been such a great day is not only is my indoor garden just like doing so well right now, but my outdoor garden, some of these flowers opened up today and I was like, wow. Like I'll post a short about it today, but wow, you guys, today I feel like my garden is showing me that my hard work is paying off. As for the cucumbers, we did it. This one's growing every day. What's up, Alcana content? Happy Friday. I'm just showing everybody my successfully pollinated cucumbers that have been growing every day. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know about that one. That one's been stagnant. But yeah, guys, just honestly, it's a good day. Oh, and this one has been growing every single day. Yeah, it's a freaking great day. By the way, you guys, I should post it today, but Alcana Content does some great work. They are so talented and made me the coolest logo design. It is wicked. I'm gonna share it with you later. But look at these cucumbers. They're growing every single day, which means we did it, you guys. We hand pollinated. Look at that. So I am just feeling extra proud. I've had 3 grows and I have never gotten cucumbers, and so this is the first time where I'm actually getting cucumber. And you know, in order to successfully get fruit in an indoor garden, you got to hand pollinate. You know, well, yeah, you got to hand pollinate, and so we did it this time, you guys. After so many tries, we did it. So not only do I have my first strawberry flower opened after 3 failed grows or 2 grows, but I also have cucumber after 2 failed grows and watermelon. So this is it, you guys. We finally got it. Like, I'm not kidding. When I say 3rd time's a charm, 3rd time's a charm. Sorry, I'm really excited. I can't believe it. I'm gonna show you guys the strawberry flower one more time, and oh, how pretty is she? I always get excited when there's something new in my garden. Oh my gosh, you guys are funny. Les says, way to dab them pistil and stamens. Yeah, I gotta dab them pistil and stamens for sure. I have to pollinate. So those little, it's so hard to see because the quality is kind of crappy on a YouTube camera, but the center yellow part that's round, that's the female part of the flower. And then there's little things around it kind of sticking out that are also yellow. That's the male part. So you got to move the pollen from the outer little things to the inner part of the middle. And I looked at a diagram before I went on this live, well, this morning, so that I can get the names right and educate you guys, but I forget the stigma, the stamen, the anthers, and something else. But pretty much you just got to fertilize the egg. So Pero says, the bright colors of those leaves tell me that those babies are happy. And you know what? This is a prime example of less is more. And I don't mean you, Les, in the chat. I mean like less, L-E-S-S. Less is more, because I've had so many strawberry plants at one time. And this, I said to myself, you know what? I'm only going to get 1 plant. And well, that was the attitude with the cucumbers. But technically with the strawberries, I had no choice, because I tried to have more than 1 and I only ended up with keeping 1 alive. And so, oh, thank you so much, Joe. I appreciate you. So yeah, the idea of just having 1 seems like it's going to take a while till you actually get fruit and get a legitimate yield. But you know what? I think it's the best decision I ever made having 1, because this plant is doing better than any other strawberry plant I've ever had. I mean, other than not turning my pumps back on and letting it wilt multiple times, it is doing exceptionally well. Actually, I'll show you guys the roots really quick. I haven't looked at the roots in a while. Because I did let it wilt, the roots went from white, kind of like brown, or beige, or taupe, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so oh my gosh, I can't get over it. I'm so excited. So yeah, we're definitely gonna have to pollinate that. I just watched it on YouTube. They literally just take a paintbrush and rub it in the center of the flower. So to be getting that, I forgot to bring one down with me. I do have one, but this is my cucumber one. I have a separate one for watermelon, and we're gonna have to just make sure that we do it every day consistently. I absolutely must strawberry. It's the same thing. Strawberries from the grocery store suck. Even when they're organic, it doesn't matter. They just have no flavor, no sweetness. So it'll be awesome. Can you imagine just being able to pick one off the vine and eat it? The goal is to have this yellow tower filled with strawberries, but to be honest, I don't know if I'm going to want to move them out of the buckets, because I think what I'll do is I'll fill out this bucket. So I'll have 4 plants each in a 3-inch net pot, and I'll propagate them and I'll fill up the yellow tower, but I'm still going to have my plants in the buckets, because based on, I mean, I know this grow, I'm like learning so, but this very plant was in the tower for a little while and it didn't like it in there. It did a better job in the buckets, only because I have to set up a manual timer for the tower. It's got to be on, like on 5 minutes, off 5 minutes, on 5 minutes. It can't stay on all day. And right now, all 3 towers, the water's on all day long. For herbs and lettuce, it's okay. But really, I think everything's kind of getting a little overwatered, if I'm not going to lie. Every vegetable or fruit suck from the store. Absolutely. Domestic products are 10 steps above by taste and look. Yes. Even domestic. Like, I got some romaine lettuce from Canada, and it wasn't very good. Not as good as mine. And only because they're producing it on a mass scale, right? And so when you're growing on that scale, like, what do you expect? You can't put love into every tomato that you grow, you know? Like, who play classical music for their plants every single morning, like clockwork, as soon as the lights turn on? Like, who's gonna do that other than me? You know what I mean? Like, if it's a huge facility, they're not gonna put that kind of love and care into plants. They're gonna do what they need to do to pump things out and to, you know, make things be as quick and efficient as possible. And the thing is, I can understand and appreciate that, because that's what I'm eventually looking to do too, just not on a mass, right? Like, everything's automated, and I'm looking to speed the process up, because yeah, you know, using water, consuming resources, it costs money. So you want to maximize your yields and, you know, optimize the timeline in which you get your yields so that you can make it as low of a cost as possible, right? So I agree, store lettuce is not great. Also goes bad so quick compared to homegrown. You know what's interesting though is mine, not so much the romaine, but still kind of the romaine. If I harvest it too early before dinner time, it actually starts to wilt very quickly. So there's been times where I harvest it, I don't know, maybe an hour before I eat it. And if I don't put it in the fridge or cover it with a piece of damp paper towel, it wilts. So and lettuce from the store, it's like freaking rock hard if it's like romaine lettuce. So it doesn't wilt if you leave it out for like an hour. It's usually fine. Les plays music for his. No, I'm just saying, if you're growing like on a larger scale, right? Like commercially grown products, they're not gonna play music for their plants, you know? The love is lost when you're growing on a larger scale. So I'm going to go get a paintbrush really quick. We are going to pollinate the strawberry flower. Again, I don't know how long they stay open. It just barely opened this morning, and right now it's like fully open. I wasn't prepared for that. I thought I had another day, and I don't want to miss the opportunity because we made it this far, you guys, so don't go anywhere. I'm going to be back in 2 minutes. I'm going to go get a paintbrush. All right, we've got two options. We've got a soft bristle, thinner paintbrush. So this is the one I use for the cucumbers. So I should probably put a piece of tape on it just so that I know that's for the cucumbers. Because I don't want to create like a strawberry cucumber hybrid, you know? Imagine. So I'm just gonna wrap a little piece of painter's tape, yes, painter's tape, around my cucumber paintbrush. That way I don't mix it up. And then the watermelon paintbrush, I'll use this one, and I'll put the tape over the gold in a different spot, and I'll write watermelon on it. So I'm just creating like a little tag. I'm just putting WM for watermelon. And then this is going to be our strawberry one. This I will label because I don't know. I mean, maybe it doesn't do anything. I'm sure, you know, what happens when bees go from plant to plant and pollinate. You know, when they pollinate all my flowers, there's no like cross-pollination happening. You know what I mean? So, I don't know how they do it actually. I should look it up. It's probably common sense, but I don't know. SB. So here goes nothing. This is the paintbrush. I'm going to do a bit of a thicker one because you've got the center piece and then the other pieces are kind of like sticking up around but going in an opposite direction. So we're going to get some gloves on. So yeah, honestly, I don't know, but I'm confident we can do this, you guys. I watched the video and it's just like watermelons and cucumbers. You literally just rub the center of the flower and hopefully that's supposed to fertilize the egg so that you get fruit. So we're gonna see, so we're going over to the strawberry plant. I didn't even finish the tent tour, you guys. I keep forgetting. I'm so conditioned. I'll show you guys the second bucket system because there was nothing in there, but now it's full. All right, guys. For those of you that just joined, we are pollinating an aeroponic strawberry. It's my first strawberry flower that has opened, and even though it is a perfect plant, the male and the female components aren't like touching each other, and so it needs either wind or an extra hand to pollinate in order to fertilize the egg so you can get fruit. So here is our strawberry plant. It is in a 3-inch net pot with a foam collar. There's no other grow medium, just that. And the roots were a lot whiter, except I forgot to turn my pumps back on 2 times in the last week, and so it went through a little bit of stress. And I'm actually wondering if that's what force this flower to open because I had no flowers before. And we also just discovered a second flower. Very, 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 very exciting. I'm kind of like freaking out inside, you guys. All right. So, just gonna set up the shot, you guys. So there's the flower, and I wonder if there's a way. I have a really hard time focusing this camera on a YouTube live, you guys. I don't understand. So this center part right here, that's the female part, and then the little there's little outer parts that are the male part, and so you have to move the pollen from one part of the flower to the other. I'm gonna see if I can do it better like this, if you guys can. All right, it's so blurry. All right. Hang on, you guys. Uno momento. Apologies for the shaky camera. Okay, now we can see. Okay, so do you guys see that center part there? And then there's these little, they're like slightly darker yellow little parts on the outside. So there's the stigma, the stamen, and the anthers, and I forget which is which. But they're all components of the flower that have to be pollinated. So, so they are considered a perfect plant, but they do require a hand when they're indoor. So I've got my paintbrush right here. It's literally brand new. I've never used it on anything else. A soft bristle paintbrush, because obviously we don't want to be very aggressive with the plant or the flower. And here we go, you guys. You guys saw it here first. Okay, doing this together. My first strawberry flower I've ever pollinated. We're doing it together. Here we go. Am I doing it right? Nothing's happening. I'm just saying. So we definitely have a little bit of pollen on the paintbrush. I'm going to actually hold the flower. Hang on. I'm trying not to ruin the other flower. I think it just takes a little gentle, like nothing crazy, right? But the idea is to move the pollen from the outer parts to the center. And then the center actually becomes the tip of the strawberry. So if it looks familiar, it's because that is the strawberry, you guys. It's so cool, honestly. Freaking love plants. Science rules. All right, guys. So I think we did it. I'll be doing it again shortly to make sure I've done it correctly while the flower is open. Now, if this is anything like cucumbers or melons, then the flower's only open for a short amount of time, and so it'll be interesting to see how long this flower stays open and how it's gonna go. I'm curious, but excited. This is really cool, you guys. I've never had a strawberry before, so in the 2 years I've been growing aeroponically, this is the first one. I'm so excited that I get to share it with you guys. So there's only one more growing right now. The second flower is right there. Beautiful. Isn't that a beautiful plant? I love it. She's gorgeous. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm just like geeking out over my straw. So we're gonna fill up. I filled up my bucket system this morning. I added some high peroxide and then let that run for a few hours, and then went back and added some CalMag. And so now we have to add in our bloom. That's my favorite part because I have to shake the heavy bottle and mix it all up. But it's getting lighter and lighter the more I use it. And so, yeah, we're going to fill up our system, and then I don't know if there's time. If there's time, I'll defoliate the peppers on the live, and if not, I'll have to do it later. And yeah, this weekend we'll probably be transferring. I guess I'll save the cantaloupe and the honeydew. So, this weekend we'll transfer them into the bucket system. And yeah, I don't know what else we're gonna do. This weekend will be fun. So I'm just gonna get the, I also need to get more seeds because we're running out. The more I'm growing, the more I'm actually starting to run out, especially because I've wasted so many trying to keep them alive. I'm so excited that I have a strawberry flower. Yay! Okay. So I added in 28 liters of water. And I'm adding, whoa. Or sorry, not 28, 24 liters of water this morning to the buckets. So I think I'll add 48 mils, so 2 mils per liter of the bloom, just because everything is really flowering, especially the strawberries. So, yeah. Gotta mix it real well, you guys. I've had it before where it like sets at the bottom. And that's no good because then you don't get all your nutrients. So I'm using the General Hydroponics Flora Nova line. I use the Grow and the Bloom. But right now, as you guys know, the second bucket system is currently on the Bloom because it's flowering right now. So that's Bloom 487. So I'm going to add tablespoons. Where's my tablespoon? Somewhere here, you guys. I should close both of these while I'm looking for it. I put it somewhere that I used it this morning. It's somewhere. Oh. Found it. Give it one last good shake for good luck, you know? I always get, honestly, I get fertilizer all over me all the time. Just makes a mess. Serves me right for getting this large of a bottle. Should probably also move my computer. Woo! Did you guys see that? Oops, a little too fast. The shit pours out real quick. That's the great thing about the lives, you guys, is it's so unfiltered and unpolished. Okay. Nothing that can't be cleaned up. All right. actually just gonna go put this in the res and wash it off. Always making a mess. Thank you so much for hanging out, Pero. Appreciate you. Have a great day. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. It's Friday. We made it through the week. It's a great day for me, at least today, and I hope it's a great day for everybody else. I'm just so elated is the right word, and I don't remember the last time I was elated, you guys. But truly, I'm like, wow, I can't believe it. All right, I'm gonna have to wipe that down later, but we're just gonna mix this up and get it in the reservoir. I started saying res now for short. It's easier instead of reservoir. Filled it up to the brim this morning, so it's actually very full right now. But you know what? Now I have watermelon and stuff growing. It is depleting the water source so fast. And there you go, guys. Cool. So I should let it circulate a little bit and just kind of go through the system, and then I'll check my pH and my EC. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I haven't done that in a while, and I know that's something I should be doing frequent, but I haven't had any other issue that I couldn't resolve, and so I haven't even checked. But I should, you know, everything kind of ties in together. If your ppm is low, then, you know, by adding in like nutrients and stuff, you'll obviously increase it. And so there's a correlation between not adding enough CalMag, having a lower ppm, which I've had for a while now, and maybe that's the part that I've been missing. So we're learning. That's what it's all about, you guys. But yeah, that's it for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Happy Friday. And at some point this weekend, I always say we're going to do stuff, and then we never end up doing it because sometimes something unexpected happens, or I just won't shut up. But this weekend, at some point, we're going to transfer the cantaloupe and the honeydew into the bucket system. We're kind of going to... Oh, before I go, let me just show you guys real quick because I forgot to show you. Look at the cucumbers. They are finally acclimating to their new home, and these ones are really kind of starting to grow quickly and grow taller. Do a little root check. Wow. I have not looked at the roots at all. So beautiful. I'm really happy with that. And look at the size of this one, guys. It's been since Saturday, right? So almost a week. Tomorrow will be a week, so we'll do week in check-up. And this one has been doing great from the start. I mean, come on. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Love it so much. And these are really impressive because these have really just come up in the last day or so. I showed you guys these yesterday, and it's like, where the heck did all these leaves come from? And we got some roots starting to form, which is great. And then our peppers, they're doing good, you guys. They're doing great. So they're, I mean, might be a little overwatered, but we'll see. They're acclimating. That's what I'm going to say for the next little while until that runs out. They're acclimating. But yeah, guys, that's the garden. And everything is just coming along nicely. And I love that you guys get to be a part of it. So thank you, everybody, for watching, for hanging out, for being a part of the chat. You guys are honestly, you make my day. You really, really do. I appreciate you guys so much. So thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow. Same time as always, 12 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you so much, Death Squad. And thank you, everybody else. You guys are honestly awesome. I wish you the best Friday, and have a wonderful day, you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Happy Friday.